Hey my lovelies, so today we are going to do a story time, and as you can see by the title, we're going to do a labor and delivery story. So today we have Makai with us today. Yep, I was gonna wait till I get like 100 subs, but you know, it don't matter. She here, she gonna be here in more videos as well. Ain't that's right, Kai? Kai, look. So yeah, we finna get into the story time. Make sure you like, subscribe, you comment, and click that notification bell so you can get notified every time we post. Okay? So Kiko, Kaya, Kiko. So I'm gonna start off with how my water broke, because I know this why. Because I had a yoga ball. Yeah, I had a yoga ball. I bounced on it every night for an hour straight, and sometimes in the afternoon. What's over there for you? And sometimes in the afternoon for like 30 minutes. So let me scoot back so you can see her. So yeah, sometimes in the afternoon for like 30 minutes. So like usually, like when I get up off the ball, I would see some wet stuff on my pants, but I never thought my water was breaking. I'm sorry if my voice going in and out. I got a little cold. But so let's get into the story. So it was on a Tuesday. I had a doctor's appointment. I had to get a checkup and an ultrasound. And look, Kaya. So I had to get a checkup and an ultrasound. And when they checked me, they was like I was not dilated or nothing, but she was face down. So I had went to go get an ultrasound. She don't want this. I had went to go get an ultrasound. And when I went to go get it, they was like, do you know if you're losing any fluid because your fluid low? And I was like, I'm not sure that I'm losing any fluid because I don't know, I don't know. But I wasn't sure. So she was like, well, we're going to call your doctor and see if they want to admit you to the hospital. So me and my best friend stayed at the doctor for an hour straight. So they got to, I don't know if they got to my doctor or didn't, because they didn't tell me. But they just was like, oh, you could go home. If you see anything leaking or any wet spots, just come back. So I was like, okay. So it was on a Friday. It was Friday in it was a Friday. So it was that morning. My mom didn't go to work that day, and that was God. That was God. So okay, so it was Friday morning. I had woke up, and but my mom was gone already. And I had seen that, you know, my panties had water, like a lot of water in it. But I wasn't sure, so I changed them and see what will it fill up again. Like my panties fill up with, you know, the fluid again. So once I seen that it did, I had called my mom and I was like, Mommy, my water broke. So she was like, okay, you know, let's go to the doctor to see if it's sure, because, you know, they wasn't sure. So she was like, let's go to the doctor and see if it's sure. You're not gonna talk to them, Kaya? So let's go to the doctor and see if it's sure. So I didn't get anything. I didn't grab no charger. I didn't grab her bag. I didn't grab my bag. I didn't grab nothing. Like, I was just so nervous and scared. So we had went to the doctor, but my doctor wasn't there. So he told me to just go to the hospital. So when I went to the hospital, you know, I had to sign myself in and all type of stuff. And once I got there, they was like, who you want to stay with you? But I wanted her dad to stay with me. So I had to be there by myself for a couple of minutes. Like, well, not a couple of minutes. It was like an hour or so. And they had took me to the, I think it's called treat. I don't know what it's called. They had took me to the little room that you put the, what you doing? That you put the little stuff on to hear the baby heartbeat and all type of stuff. and they put the IV in my arm. They did the COVID test on me. Oh my God, that junk is ill. It didn't hurt, but it made my head hurt. Like the little stuff they put on it made my head hurt. But yeah, and it was like, yeah, they had checked me, and it was like, yeah, your water definitely broke. Like, it broke like a week ago. And I was like, what? And like the whole time I was having contractions. I knew I was having contractions, but when I kept, I'm sorry, but when I kept going to the doctor, they was like, oh, you're not having contractions. It's just little Braxton hits. It's just this. It's just that. And I was like, I know what I feel. Like, I was texting my cousin Kayla, and I was like, Kayla, like, I was telling her, I know what I feel. Like, these are contractions. These contractions, they hurt. And when I got there, it was like, oh, I was having contractions and stuff, and it was like, yeah, my water broke. So we had waited till her father came so we could go into the big room. And if I could find a video, I'll put the video on how the room looked in here. So yeah, we had went in the big room, and they said I couldn't eat. Like, I didn't eat that whole day, and they said I couldn't eat. So that's when her father, he had snuck us some snacks. He snuck us some snacks, and I ate some Ruffles still. But so that night we just went to sleep. You know, they had gave me, before I went to sleep, they had gave me some medicine. They had put some medicine in my IV, so like my cervix can soften and stuff like that, and I could dilate. But when I woke up that morning, like, I was feeling cramps, like worse than how I felt when I was going there. And I was feeling cramps, but it wasn't intense like how the real contraction is. So I just brushed them off. Look at her little crop top. I just brushed it off, you know. So yeah, so they had gave me, once they checked me, they said I'm still not dilated, like nothing. So they gave me more and more medicine. I was drugged. Like, I was stuck. Like, I ain't know. So once they gave, I don't know, it was a pill that I had to put under my tongue. And once they gave me that, that's when stuff started happening. So I had went to the restroom, and I was like, Marcus, I have to poop. That's so funny. I was like, I have to poop. So I went to the bathroom, and I seen blood. And I was like, I'm bleeding. And I was like, call the people. So we had called them, and I told them I was bleeding. And she was like, oh yeah, that's good. So after that, I started feeling them contractions. Oh my God. And like, I didn't want to feel it, but like, I had got the epidural because I wanted to feel comfortable. You know, I didn't want to be in no pain or nothing. But after that, I had started feeling the contractions and stuff. And I was like, no, I want the epidural because I want to feel comfortable. I don't like this feeling. So they was like, okay. That epidural came fast. They were like, oh, the epidural take like an hour or so. That junk was fast. So they had gave me the epidural, and the epidural don't hurt. Like, it probably hurt other people or whoever's scared of needles. It probably, you know, but that, it don't hurt. It actually feel good. It actually feel good. And when the medicine go in your back, it just feel warm. Like, oh my God, I like this feeling. I don't know. But after that, I was stuck. Like, I was drugged. So her father went to go get something to eat for himself, right? So soon as he came back, they had came and checked me. Cause once he left, I had went to sleep, and it took a long time because the food places was far. So once he had left, you're spitting on your shirt, stinker. Okay, once he had left, I went to sleep, and when he came back, it was about time for them to check me. So when they checked me, it was like, your 10 meters dilated. I was like, 10 centimeters dilated? And I had told my mom, and I was like, Mom, I'm 10 meters dilated. So it's like, okay, you ready to push? You ready to push? And I'm like, I'm not ready to push. I don't even know what to do. So they was giving me instruction. It was like, just push like you pooping. you know, like you finna, you know, take a big one. So I was like, okay. So when I was pushing, that was like, okay, stop, because every time I pushed, her heart rate dropped. So they told me to stop because every time I pushed, her heart rate dropped. So I was like, okay. So I was like, okay. So we had waited for a few minutes, and then we tried again, and it was just like, no, don't do it no more. We're just gonna wait till what's your problem, mama? We just gonna wait till her doctors come. And I was like, okay, we're gonna wait till the doctor come. So when the doctor came, he was like, oh, her head is going in the wrong direction, her heart rate dropping, I think we need to do emergency C-section. And once I heard that, I wanted to cry. Like, an emergency C-section, like, I never got surgery before, and once I heard that, I was just like, I wanted to cry, but like, I didn't show no emotion because, you know, I didn't want to, you know, put any more pressure on myself, like stress or nothing, because I was already scared. So after that, they had gave me some medicine. They had put some medicine in me, and they took me to the C-section room. So once we got there, I was in there by myself. Like, they didn't let her father in there first. So I was in there, and I was like, I'm scared. I was telling the man, I was like, I'm scared. I feel weird. I don't feel right. So they was like, bring the father in. They said I could bring the father in. So once he came in, I felt comfortable, and I was just like, let's get this over with. So once they did everything they had to do, I was going in and out of sleep. Like, I felt so weird. Like, I just was going in and out. So after that, once they was done with the surgery and putting everything back together, they had showed me my baby girl, and I wanted to cry, but I didn't cry. I just was like, oh, my baby, like, I couldn't believe it. So they want to see you too. Why you keep putting your head down? All right. So once we went to the recovery room, I was so cold. Like, I was shivering. What's wrong? What's wrong, pretty? What's wrong, pretty girl? I was shivering. Like, I was so cold. And they was like, we were just taking pictures and everything. I'll probably put some pictures in there. We was taking pictures and stuff, and after that, I just was like, I started breastfeeding her. That junk hurts. It felt like I was having contraction all over again. It hurted. So yeah, I started breastfeeding her, and they had took her away to go, you know, get her all the shots and stuff. To get her all the shots and stuff. And after that, what happened? We were just chilling in there for a little bit until they took us to the room that we was gonna officially be in. Smile. Yes, smile. Smile, Kaya. Yes, you smile for them. Okay, so once we got in the official room, that's when I was like, it was this one lady. She was helping me like with everything, and they was trying to see like if I could eat and all type of stuff. So they gave me some ice, they gave me some crackers, and we were just chilling for the first night. She didn't go to sleep, so I was up by myself because her dad went to sleep on me. So she didn't go to sleep that night. But we was up, we was chilling, we was on the phone with our auntie. And I think it was the next day I had to get up and walk. Like I didn't have to, but I had got up and started walking. Where's your thingy? Because this is disgusting. I didn't have to, but I had got up and started walking. Okay, I'm sorry. I had got up and started walking and stuff. And that was the first day I could I could really eat because I felt normal afterwards. I felt numb. So, and she was asleep all day, so I was just in there chilling. Me and her dad was just in there chilling, you know, do on our phones and talking and calling people, like, cause we're so happy, like, our baby girl just so beautiful. But yeah, and that night, let me tell y'all about that night. That night, it hit me, like, cause that night it really hit me because oh, don't tell me I'm gonna cry. Cause it was like I was on the phone with my cousin and one of my not best friend, but like we close friends. And she was that I had went to sleep. I was so tired, and she was crying really bad, but I didn't hear her because we was both like we was tired, we was asleep. And they was like, get up, she's crying. And I couldn't really get up. And like, let me tell you about the room. The room we was in, he was all the way over here and I'm all the way over there. So he sleep hard. So I had to get up. And when I got up, I realized that like she was like, it's stuff coming out her nose and her mouth. And they said it came from when she was inside of me. But she had threw it all up and stuff. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. She's choking. So I started hitting her. I started patting her on her back really hard. And like all of it just came out. And I just broke down because I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do this. Like, oh my God. It was just like, I'm putting my glasses before I start crying. It was so emotional and sad. Like, because I didn't know what to do at all. And I didn't have like my mom and nobody there to help me because, you know, they went through this before. So I had called the doctor, and there go my mom speaking up. I had called the doctor and the nurses, and they were just like, you know, you did the right thing. Oh my God, and stuff like that. It was like, oh my God, you're doing great, and all type of stuff just to make me feel better. And they changed her bed, and after that night, I did not go to sleep without her like next to me. We wasn't in a bed together, but her little bed thingy was right next to me. Like, I couldn't go to sleep without her next to me because I didn't want it to happen. You gonna sheep on me? But yeah, that's my labor and delivery story. I don't know. It might be hard for some first time moms, but you're gonna catch on to it. Everything. It's like a process, one step at a time. You gotta take it one step at a time. You got this. For all the new moms and upcoming moms, you got this, baby girl. Y'all got this. Y'all gonna be great moms, you know. Once y'all have y'all little princess, y'all gonna be the most happiest person in the world. Even though sometimes that postpartum be hitting you, just know that you got somebody that's looking up to you and that's gonna always love you. So that includes our story time. I wish she wake up and talk. She need to wake up and talk. But that includes our story time. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And click that notification bell so you can get notified every time we post. And see you later. We need to do a thumbnail.